언제쯤 첫사랑이 찾아올까요?
Hello everyone, my name is Anna. In this occasion, I want to explain about the teaching grammar to young learners. Before we explain more about the material today, I want to give sub-discussion. The sub-discussion is 1. Learning English grammar, and then 2. What the grammar to teach, and then 3. Teaching grammar. 4. Discover related language, and then 5. Classroom related language, and the last, development strategy for grammar learning. The first time I want to explain about the learning English grammar. The approaches of learning English grammar 14 years almost gone. We know that the grammatical translation method, or GTM, to communicative approach and the written to approach, which is with the focus on form. On the development process of the teaching grammar, we know that the Seaside, Philiport, Bird and File means the attractive grammar. In the activity book for the children, present the grammar based off the topic and the meaningful context. And the project activity, the controlling of the proactive and the creative language use. That is variative language to suitable of the pupil of the children to adapt about the grammar. The second, I want to explain about what the grammar to teach. In this base of the Lewis 1986, any three examples of the manageable categories, and the one is the fact. They are not generative and cannot be applied of generally. That's a pupil or the awareness of the category. They can be encouraged to simple acceptance of focus for what they are and learn them. For example, is a simple example that using about the plural as foods. It's food, it's feed, not be foods. That is one, that is fact. And then the two, that is the pattern. The pattern is the category to be deal with the fruits wheel in the classroom to be helping by children look for the pattern. One of the pattern has been needed. The children can generate new language. For example, my favorite color is blue. My favorite color is blue. And then my favorite t-shirt is ice cream. That is the simple of the example. And the third, if the grammatical structure in his set this category to amends of the personal choices in here. For example, I have played tennis since I was 8. That is simple. I repeat once again in sample it is. I have playing tennis since I was 8. The third is the teaching grammar. The children to understand about the grammatical, but must be the focuses about the meaningful and the contents of the material. that which pupil to influence about the activity. In here, we focusing about the teaching grammar and the squashing grammar learning activity. Approaches the language use required of knowledge of both the form and the function of the language. Children should therefore be provided with opportunities from an early stage to use grammatical structure from real communicative purpose. This will make language learning much more meaning and motivating. Based on the Bridgestone 1994 proposed that user stage 1 is nothing's new language input, which involved focusing of the pupil attention of the language form so they note and become aware of the structure of the meaning. And the second, structuring knowledge of the language system with the involved pupil in manipulating focus and the meaning in controlling practice. And the last is proceduring involving learners in fluent language use and more communication where they formulate their own meaning in the concern of which they have the considerable control. When we teaching grammar to pupil, we not only teach about the grammatical structure, but we must be combined with the speaking activity or teaching speaking activity. For example, in here, we have some game to know about the interesting pupil to understand and like about the grammatical aids. For example, in here, we using about the game like and dislike or favorite food. When the teachers give a question for the children, do you like candy? And then student or the children answer yes, you must be correct the box using check mark in the box. And then when the teacher say, do you like cake? And then answer to children, no, I don't like cake, but I like a candy. So the teacher must be correct in with the cross in the box. That is very simple of the typography of speaking class be combined about the grammatical. So it is very interesting to the pupil to understand about the grammatical structure. In the fourth explanation, it is discovery grammatical activity. The development of the grammatical structure, what introduces it, and the development of the self, especially to pupil, starting from analyzing data, asking a question, and the teacher only as a facilitator, only providing guidance. Students who have the mastered L1 can directly look for the difference and the similarities in their English with their language. The example of discovery grammatical activity, in here, an example with the focusing on word adjective. For example, color in here, black, and then big, long, to learn about noun. In here, we prepare about 5 picture that any different about the costume in here, the different about the accessories in here, in each picture. That here is, we can combine when the teacher know about what does she look like, the student can answer it, her black stocking. And then the next picture, the teacher can give question to student, her, what does she look like again with the picture number 2? Then the student can describe her big black shoes. Also right. And then the third picture in here, the teacher, how do I look after any combine about its noun and adjective? The student can answer her long black coat, and the last, and her tall black hat. Yes, that is the simple example of the student or the pupil in here to understand about the combined speaking activity and the grammatical, that the simple of the example. The 5th explanation is the classroom related language. In this case, all even natural and spontaneously in the class conversation will make it easy for the children to understand about the pattern. It is using about the speeches bubble to display, plus display about it. And the last explanation is the 6th, developing strategy for the grammar learning. In here, it's have 6 development strategy. It's 1 about me book or language file. Even from quite young age, children can be encouraged to develop their strategy from the grammar learning. In the published 1 and 2 teacher book, children are invited to personalize by making their own about me book language. And the second, self or peer test pupil can text themselves. And the third, pupil can mark change in front with the color pen. Fourth, pupil can book for the pattern and create their own. 5. Pupil can compare the grammar structure. And the last, encourage the pupil to learn from the mistake. That's enough to a strategy of grammatical learning. So overall, that the how to teach grammatical of the pupil of the young learners that have many strategy, but not must teach grammar. You think about teaching grammatical structure, but we must to make interesting, make motivate to the pupil to easy about the grammatical structure with the combine about the learning strategy to grammatical structure and the teaching speaking ability in one game. Okay, that is for enough about present today, and thank you.